Okay, deck tech. Yeah, so let's mix it up a little bit. Let's you know, I don't worry. It's not that I think that Obosh Red has been letting me down or anything. On the contrary, it's still been as great as ever. I love the deck. I love the deck to death. I love it to pieces. I still want to test out Trinisphere more because I am still hot on the idea that Trinisphere is an excellent way to shore up Burn, Cascade, and other possible problematic matchups. Certain combo decks, Storm, for example, like Trinisphere can shore up a lot of matchups without having to disable Obosh. So I'm still, but make no mistake, the discovery for Chalice was also huge. So like, we're pivoting quickly in the other deck from one major discovery, Chalice of the Void, which I think gave me access to a lot, to a big improvement in a number of matchups. And just hot off the heels of that, I thought about Trinisphere. So we may want to experiment with Chalice a little more again, just because we obviously didn't test it super thoroughly to get like the strongest of baseline to compare Trinisphere to. But Trinisphere, I'm still hot on that, and I'm looking forward to get back to that. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Obosh Red today. We're here to talk about Jegantha Red. Well, okay, Jegantha Prowess. Yeah, I mean, notice how this deck plays nothing from Modern Horizons 2, and you know what? Oh yeah, sorry, but it does play. The most recent card in the deck is Den of the Bugbear because it's just pretty free, and without Castle Embereth or without see the thing is that in the Obosh Red deck, with access to Hammer Bogarden and Obosh and other strong plays, I just found myself A, not necessarily using Den of the Bugbear a lot, and B, sometimes really needing to curve out to Obosh and not being able to hit that fifth land if I draw like Den of the Bugbear off the top, and C usually gets set off by Blood Moon anyway. And D also I really wanted to try that one of Castle Embereth again with those Seasoned Pyromancers because it's just a very strong way to juice up the tokens. But in this deck, I feel like we're lower curve. It doesn't matter as much if we can't curve out into Jegantha. I mean, like if we miss our fifth land drop and we can't play Jegantha on curve, I feel like it's like it's not as big of a deal as not being able to play Obosh on curve. And most of the time, honestly, Jegantha kind of just gets played like as your very last kind of creature. You probably want to, most of the time, you probably want to be attacking with Den of the Bugbear before you try to deploy Jegantha. So, like, the bottom line is I feel like Den of the Bugbear, it doesn't, its upsides, let's put it this way, its upsides outweigh the negatives more so in this deck than it does in the Obosh deck. More so because the upsides in Obosh at the higher part of the curve, Fury 2, don't forget, once you don't play here, Fury doesn't work together with Jegantha. Yeah, so like, Den of the Bugbear, I think, is worth it in this deck, not quite in Obosh, at least where I'm at right now. I could have easily come back in Obosh. But I like it in this deck because like, I think it adds a lot of extra grind potential. Of course, it might get shut off by Iron Blood Moon, but then sometimes we don't get Blood Moon, sometimes they deal with it. Sometimes we don't need it, and sometimes we can pitch it with Valakut Awakening. But the bottom line is, this Jegantha Prowess deck probably has a better potential to grind than it has in a long time. So anyway, other than that, I mean, honestly, you can probably go back to my old deck techs for Jegantha Prowess, and it's honestly probably going to be pretty similar to my analysis here. I am settling on Valakut Awakening. Of course, I've just theory crafted for the time being. I played some practice matches, but I haven't really played I haven't played like Forgotten Cave, or I do think I tried Spikefield Hazard. Here's the thing, I don't want Spikefield Hazard and Lava Dart. I feel like there's a limit to how many one toughness removal spells we really need in the deck. But I've ultimately settled on Valakut Awakening, I think, as my cycle land of choice. I think this deck can accommodate one comes into play tap land, and that's about it, especially in a 20 land deck. And it's going to be Valakut Awakening, and the reason for that is very simple. We do not have Seasoned Pyromancer, so we have no ability to cash out otherwise dead cards for value. So that means that I like having Valakut Awakening, because what happens if we have like 3 Blood Moons in a matchup where Blood Moon isn't that great, or 3 extra Blood Moons where we already have one in play? What if we have Flame Slash against a control deck like Blue Moon or something where they're not presenting creatures? There's just a lot of situations, and like, I think we like Valakut Awakening even in the Obosh Red deck, but especially since we don't have access to Seasoned Pyromancer, I think we kind of need this card. It can do a lot of work for us. Sure, sometimes it's just a land, but the upside is definitely there. Plus, it can also trigger Prowess for our Prowess creatures. Hey, you know, Forgotten Cave can't do that. Of course, Spectacle Hazard can, but yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? Lava Dart. I'm on the Lava Dart version because, you know, I messed around with some different versions, but like, the problem is that I felt like when I tried to build kind of grindier versions of this deck, and I even tried very briefly, I tried a Burgy. Yeah, very tried a storytelling Hornfell deck. Hornfell is nuts when you get this card in play, obviously, but the problem though ultimately that I ran into when I was trying like grindier versions of this deck, some with 24 lands, again some with like Burgy for like you know, and I thought about even going companionless so I could play Hammer of a Garden, but of course at that point, but you see, ultimately, let me just get to it. Ultimately, the problem I always was running into when I was trying to make this deck more grindy is it just felt like it was an inferior version of Obosh Red, and I don't want to build a deck that's just an inferior version of Obosh Red. I want to build a deck that has different strengths and weaknesses, and I think this is it. Lava Dart has been a mainstay card for so many different Prowess archetypes. There's no reason why it wouldn't still be good here. This also enables turn 3 and turn 4 kills much more consistently. I think that this is where we're going to have our most success, and most importantly, we're going to have more success in certain matchups than Obosh Red. We'll have less success in others, but it won't. It will have its strengths and weaknesses, and I like the idea of trying to like, you know, play to like an Obosh-less deck's strengths better, because I think there's a reason why I ended up with Obosh in the other list. I mean, there's a reason why I ended up with the cards I did in the other list, and that's when I started going for maximum grind. I'm not going for maximum grind here. The more and more I try to push grind, the more, I mean, obviously there's limits. Den of the Bugbear gives me more grind potential, but it doesn't ask for a heck of a lot in return. But like, you know, I like this version. There's you know, it pretty loaded to ground stuff, pretty tested, you know, pretty tested stuff. It resilience of the Obosh deck because it doesn't have Hammer of a Garden. It, you know, but like what it does have is it has the beat. It's real quick. Yeah, Pyrite Spellbomb in the main I still think is fine. Actually, I think Pyrite Spellbomb always may have been main deckable, and I just never knew it. It's just really nice because it's you'd be surprised how often we cycle it. Sometimes you don't need a 2 damage burn spell, but when you do, it's nice to have. So completely main deckable. Also great anti-red hate. I think also you know, sometimes it just helps you hit your land drops. Anyway, yeah, Abbot of the Keral Keep. I mean, actually, if you'll notice, basically Abbot's the only 2-drop that we play in the deck that would conflict with Obosh, but I think that this card is well worth it. It's quick, it's card advantage, it helps us find lands. If we play it on turn 2 and we don't have our 3rd land, we will either hit our 3rd land off the top, or we will burn away a non-land card, so we'll be 1 card closer to a non-land card. So Abbot of the Keral Keep, I think, since we're going with an Obosh-less deck, I mean, since we're going with a budget version, since we can't have Seasoned Pyromancer, I think we got to play Abbot. And yes, I think playing Abbot is worth losing Obosh, but it's also worth noting that we also gain access to Ratchet Bomb in the sideboard, which is huge. It's way better than Blast Zone. It can deal with tokens, plus everything else Ratchet Bomb can, although it takes longer sometimes to hit higher up stuff, but you also don't have to sink mana into it. Relic, obviously, we all know how great that is. 4 Mages of the Moon, 2 Shenanigans. Okay, so I could play 2 Mages of the Moons and 4 Abrades instead, but see, I'm just worried because there's a lot of land-based decks out there. We don't have access to Pillage. I feel like since we don't have Pillage in the mix, at least my initial instinct is that I think we need to shore up more. We need to shore up our land situation a little bit more. That could be wrong, but yeah. But I think I'm fairly happy with this. There's also some overlap between the Artifact Hate and Ratchet Bomb, so I think playing 2 Shenanigans, 4 Ratchet Bombs is pretty good. Shenanigans as a 2-of is also just kind of like the perfect 2-of. It really hits the spot. You draw 1 of these, and it basically it takes some time because you have to keep, you know, dredging to replace your draw step. So it takes some time to get full value out of it. But if you draw even 1 Shenanigan, and with only 2, you're only likely really to draw 1. And if you draw 1 Shenanigan, it basically can solve all of your artifact problems for the rest of the game. So yeah, that's pretty good. And not sure what else to say. Just I hope you all will enjoy. I hope I'll enjoy playing this. Yeah, smash that like button if you want to see if I can smash the metagame with an oldie, but I still think goodie, and a deck that costs like literally pennies on the dollar. Then you know, then definitely smash that like button if you like what I'm trying to do here. Let me know also too. Let me know if you just want me to get this this previous version out of your all faces, and just focus on the Obosh deck again. But I am excited to. I'm excited to try to go back to my roots, because actually this is probably the closest to the original, like the OG red deck wins type of deck that I was pioneering before I started going Obosh, and then I started going Ultimate Grind, like before the deck kind of transformed into a mid-range deck. This I think really is the final form of the OG red deck wins deck before it went Obosh. So yeah, just cool to revisit it. I think there was a reason why I ultimately settled pretty much on these cards back in the day, and I think it'll still be pretty good. Honestly, I thought long and hard and even played practice games, and I even tried, like I said, I tried different configurations, but I ultimately like I think this is just where it's at. So anyway, all right, take care, everybody. All right, match one, Jegantha Prowess. Now you see, I think I did some test matches, and I think the reason why I wasn't doing as well at first was I think I have to keep hands like this that have so much 1-mana action. With no Hammer of Garden and no Seasoned Pyromancer, sometimes I just have to rely on curving out a bit more, and I think I have to cut their mana down a bit. Good thing I did. But I draw a land, nope. But still, with so many more 1-drops than the Obosh version, we're in Collective Brutality, I think. Oh. Alrighty. Let's see if they block. You might not, if they're worried about Flame Slash. Yeah. Maybe it is a mistake to keep hands like this, especially since I kept drawing Bonecrusher Giants. Well, that could be good. I could have hit the token, but for 0, Dryad Arbor, I'm guessing. Alright. Could flashback Lavadar, but that just seems way too dubious right now. You do have to love the way the Prowess creatures. And I could gem Blood Moon, but considering they have so much access to so much colored mana, I think I'm going to just go all at Grist. Could kill off the wall, but maybe I do flashback the Lava Dart. Alrighty. Slowly I try to whittle him down. Okay, I was worried about that, but it is what it is. Alrighty. I'm fine with that. Alright, I'm fine with that as well. Of course, this thing's gonna die, but that's, you know, that's just how it rolls sometimes. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's see, do I actually just have the whip in here? These can be 4s of Lava Dart, Bonecrusher, this thing. Actually, that thing, these can be 5s actually. 1, 2, 3. No, sorry, just 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus, so 4, 4, 8, plus 2, that's 10, plus 1. Okay, I was going to go for Blood Moon, but in reality, sometimes you can just get the win. I want to disguise that we have Blood Moon. Alrighty. Yeah, see, it did end up working out, even though that hand was really, really clunky. It's all thanks to having all these 1-drops, which are actually, these 1-drops are so insanely powerful, that's what it is. I'm going to err much more on the side of keeping 1-landers that have a decent amount of 1-drops. So just looking here, I'm not really sure that much, what much, if anything, we really want to change. Honestly, this is probably just kind of where we want to be anyway. It's possible Pyrite Spellbomb should be Relic, but yeah, maybe Pyrite Spellbomb should be Relic. Everything else seems pretty spot on. I might find myself kind of wishing that I had Pyrite, but just helps deal with the undying creatures. Alrighty. Like I said, I'm going to err on the side of keeping hands like this. Alrighty. Oh, that's not bad. Alright, I probably... yeah. Yeah, this is kind of... and this is starting to feel like the prowess that I originally fell in love with. When this card curves out. And this deck curves out. Especially if we draw a third land, we could have a big turn here. Ooh, alright, well let's do this. Huh. I could light up the stage, but I want to drop Blood Moon next turn. Yeah, I want to drop Blood Moon next turn, which means what I want to do is play this, attack, get through. I think I just have to do this. I could have Lava Darted, but I just don't want to blow it just yet. Plus, next turn I could, in theory, flashback Lava Dart to light up the stage before I attack. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think I will do that. I think... and if I draw Blood Moon, then I can get... yeah. I think that's what I want to do here. What else could it be, right? Unfortunately, it has protection from humans for some unknown reason, but anyway. Alrighty. Should I play this first? Probably not. Well, alright, they just gave up. Well, this is what made me fall in love with with Prowess in the first place, man. What a rush. Alright, hey, with a frickin' budget deck. I mean, this is the thing, Prowess is a budget deck, but it's not really a budget deck. Alright, cool stuff. Alright, match 2, Jegantha time. Now, as much as I like the idea of playing this, I know we're up against Aspiring Spike, former trophy leader. As much as I like the idea of keeping hands, this is just obviously not going to do it. Alright, well hey, if we're both on 5, I like this 5-card hand. This is, I mean, I don't know. It might be, okay. Alrighty. Ideally this connects and I get to light up the stage. That would be nice. Oh, that was a pipe dream. At least this way they might not be able to make Urza tokens next turn. Oh no, actually I think they can. Yeah, because they played this on turn 2. But maybe they don't have a 3rd land. I have a 3rd land. Shadow Spear. Alright, let's see. They instantly leave the game. Alright, Magus. Magus on my shoulder makes me happy. Probably shenanigans. Yeah, honestly, the rest is just pretty standard stuff. Maybe we don't need Pyrite Spellbomb. Unless they play like Etched Champion or something. Alrighty. Man, I tried Portable Hole and it's just not that great. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna wait on Mages to try to snipe a Urza Saga if possible. Alright, well, let's do this. And then let's play Magus, because we might be able to prevent them from playing Thought Monitor. Let's see. If we attack, it's not lethal. What on earth is this? Okay, let's see. If they block, then they go down to 6. Dead. I think this is GG. Yeah, because then that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. One. Hey, taking a game off of a Spiring Spike is nothing to be ashamed of. Maybe I do need Ratchet Bomb though for all these frickin' tokens. Although Shenanigans can be good too if I happen to draw it. Yeah, Flame Slash is good, but maybe Ratchet Bomb's just better. I don't know about Mages. I'm beginning to have second thoughts about this one. I'm gonna play Flame Slash. Only 2 Blood Moons seems wrong. Only 2 Blood Moons seems wrong, but I'm gonna hope that Ratchet Bomb and Shenanigans will pick up the slack in dealing with Urza Saga tokens for slightly cheaper too. I don't know about this. I think this is just too mana flooded. Much better. Alright, keep. Lava Dart can be good, but it all just depends. Let's see. Alright, not bad. Please, no Esper Sentinel. That card is so annoying. Well, wish I would have had Lava Dart if that's how it's going to be, but anyway. Yeah, let's just do this. Alright, I guess that's fine. That bought me enough time, though, to drop Blood Moon, which is always nice. Hopefully. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I could hold that, but I think. Nettle cyst. All right. Well, I think that is something that Shenanigans calls for. Kasploosh. Oh. Yeah, let's do that. Alrighty. Alright, even though we misplayed, we made a horrible friggin' misplay by not playing that land. And so they got to you know, they got to what do you call it, Metallic Rebuke us, but we still took it down anyway against Aspiring Spike, no less. Oh man, that feels good. Alright, match 3. Let's see here. Give me, and then just want to make sure okay. Alright, and hey. And having a more proactive game plan is sometimes just what the doctor ordered. I got a feeling this is Amulet Titan. Punt then Wine. Yeah, they're an Amulet player, so hopefully we don't burn a Blood Moon. That would suck. Okay. Although that actually would have been good, but still. We have 2 ways to beat Amulet Titan. Blood Moon, but also just them beats. Beats, them beats, them beats, beats, them beats, them beats, beats, them beats, them beats, beats in my head. Dun, 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 dun. So let's see. This is a total of 5 damage for 2 mana with Bonecrusher. Or 4 mana. Yeah, I think this is just too much damage to pass up. Let's beats, them beats, them beats. Alrighty. And now we can Flame Slash the Dryad and play Bonecrusher. Oh, I hate that thing. Man, no Blood Moons as far as the eye can see. That's too bad. I forgot Punt and Wine as a Titan player, otherwise I probably would have mulled the Blood Moon. If we drop Blood Moon now, we still might actually have a chance. Oh. Come on, another Flame Slash. I'll still take that. Beats, them beats, them beats, beats, them beats, them beats. Okay. I'm kind of telegraphing what we got. Show us what you got. Da, 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 da. So, even if they block our 2 highest power things, we still do alright. And there's really no other choice, I think, other than just go for it. As long as they don't drop Amulet of Vigor, we might be able to win through their first Titan. That is the surprise, to the surprise of no one. That build to gain 4 life. I don't think they played a land this turn. I can copy the Radiant Fountain. Yeah. Okay, this is actually not bad for them. Assuming they have another land drop. Oh yeah, they return Gruul Turf, so of course they have a land drop. Alright. Oh man, they have another land drop. And of course with Mana Flood. So if we attack full force. Actually, if we drew like anything, I think we would have had a chance. If we drew any Lightning Bolt or Lava Dart, we would have had a chance. They're going to instantly leave the game, so I can't reveal my hand. Watch. Oh, we got our hand reveal off. Well, with 8 moon effects, I have to imagine I got some kind of chance. 2 shenanigans. I love Lava Dart, but I just think Lava Dart is not... I like, we're kind of more about the Blood Moons in games 2 and 3. Alright, well. It was a very close game 1 loss, at least. You know, don't try to be one of these people that are like, you know, that are like, being proud of a good loss as some kind of cope. Like, that's incredibly toxic. You know, this idea that like all that matters is winning. Beats them, beats them, beats, beats them, beats them, beats, beats them, beats them, beats, beats in my head. Beats them, beats them, beats, beats them, beats them, beats. Beats in my head. I mean, Jegantha is like nothing to write home about, but it's still a 5/5. I think this is GG if I Lightning Bolt. Alrighty. Well, that took an admirably long amount of time to finish them off, despite the Moon Barrage. Hope I'm not coming across, like, disrespectful. But I mean, I can see how somebody would prefer that I'd be on Merfolk. Merfolk is not like a pushover matchup for Amulet Titan, I think, but I guess it is probably better than the Moons. But we've lost. Alright, let's go. I mean, I have two shenanigans for Amulet of Vigor and for they've got Karn, so. So far, these Valakut Awakenings haven't really come up, but like, believe me, I think I've done some test games, and like when you need them, you really need them. Oh man. Well, I would love this hand. It only has one land. That's like not. Well, this hand at least has prowess creatures. I prefer Mages though to Blood Moon, because they usually have more artifact and enchantment hate in my experience than creature hate. It's a little gutsy because I would have thought they'd hold those for the Mages of the Moon. But I guess partially they don't know whether we have Mages or Blood Moon or both in our hand. Yeah, just most mana efficient thing to do. I draw. Hope I draw like a Magus or I light up the stage. Karn, I'm guessing. Or Foundation Breaker. Maybe I should have kept that 2 Mages hand, although they would have just killed one with Dismember, but I would have had a backup one, although that's assuming I hit my land drops. Man, this is a little frustrating. Not gonna lie. Our hand started off, it looked like it was going to start off strong, but okay, match 4. Should have won that last game against Amulet. Just inexplicably didn't draw another one of our 8 moons. Mill. Well, I think we have a superior matchup to Mill, actually, than even the standard version. They don't care as much about Ragavan, but our faster clock will help out a lot. I hate having to play that, because obviously there's a lot of Blood Moons that we could pitch if we could afford to play it, but you know, it is what it is. At least I didn't hit a land there. Well, that's not exactly the land we were hoping for, but it's better than nothing. I think I'm going to cycle this, because if we draw another land... Okay. Because if we drew another land, I'd probably prefer to play that, because I really want to ditch these extra Blood Moons, and without Seasoned Pyromancer, well, you know. Oh no, don't hit us with like quadruple. Well, they're probably going to counter this, but at least if we force them to counter, maybe they... Plains or island? Okay. Counterspell. Archive Trap, Archive Trap. Don't play basic island. Hedron Crab. At least we've got like a ton of lava darts in our graveyard. So the maximum I can do, and I do have 2 darts in the graveyard, is I could do... Each one of these represents 4 damage, 2 prowess triggers. Oh, come on. That's some stupid bullshit right there. We're definitely going full moon effects. Bonecrusher is just not necessary. Pyrite Spellbomb is also just not, but that can help us draw into our moons. Don't forget Abbot helps us and light up the stage. Yeah, and Relic. So yeah, we need Lightning Bolt and Flame Slash for the crabs. Bullshit double Archive Trap. Okay, let's do this. Probably lead on, light up the stage. If we reveal land and mountain and Blood Moon, then that would probably be ideal. Or Den of the Bugbear, Blood Moon. Path to exile me. Alright, I mean, there are worse things. bullshit archive trap, man, again. Well, let's do this so they can't, what's it called, Visions of Beyond. I guess I could have played around that, but I really need a friggin' Blood Moon effect. And I've got 8 of them. Piece of shit, man. Alright, match 5. What a shitty game against Mill. What a shitty hand, but I'll keep. Blood Moon has potential to just win the game. God, I can definitely just moon out Mill. Or moon out Tron, although I need a clock too. I mean, definitely good at kept a hand with Moon. Hey, if we get mana screwed, maybe they'll get mana screwed too. They never get mana screwed. They will never get mana screwed. Watch. Ooh. You wanna guess if they get mana screwed? You wanna guess? Like, you know, if they kept a 2-lander and then, well, at least they don't have natural Tron, but it's a small consolation prize. Come on. Come on. Okay, nice. Yeah, take that. This is definitely E-Tron. I think I'll just kill off the Karn. But I'll do it on their upkeep to give my Soul Scar a little bit of a boost. Not sure that this will necessarily be that relevant, but you know, just saying. We could have flame slashed the relic, and actually we probably should have. We probably should have flame slashed the relic, and then just not played the Soul Scar. Never mind. I'm glad I played the Soul Scar. What a piece of shit, man. Deck Spell Sky. Kind of stupid idea is this. Stupid Chalice of the Void. This card is garbage in the leagues. We tried it in Merfolk in the main deck. It randomly hoses us. Wouldn't even hose our Ragavan version that much. Oh, we're gonna need that Valakut Awakening so bad. Snaring Bridge, just talk about a piece of shit, man. Yeah, with no Hammer Bogarden, it's gonna be kind of hard to burn them out from 20 life. Unfortunately, I can't play Hammer Bogarden with Jegantha. Although honestly, this version is going for speed anyway, so. They're not gonna exile the Blood Moon because they exile their bridge too. Still too many. Because they really want to blow up their own bridge, eh? Alright, the only creature I have at 3 is Bonecrusher, so. Oh, okay, fair enough. What can they even do with all that mana? Oopsie daisy. Gotta use this now or forever hold my peace. See, and who says Valakut Awakening doesn't have its purposes? What on earth is this? Alrighty. See if I get another stomp. No. If I got another stomp, that might guide. I don't want. The problem. Yeah, I think I have to. Would they get? What would happen if they copied Stomp? Would they get? Would they get their own Bonecrusher Giant? I can't burn them out with just Stomps, and that's pretty much, I think, what I'm going to be limited to. Well, pretty much, yeah, pretty much used all my 2-drops, I mean, I guess there's that. Got a Valakut. Three. Kill on 3. Attack with Spellskite, you know you want to. Orbs of Warding is a BS card. Alrighty. Oopsie daisy. Oopsie daisy. I'm just kidding. I know that they're just emptying their hand for bridge. They're shutting down a good chunk of their own deck. At least Ratchet Bomb is significantly better against this deck than against Tron. This looks like the portal from the River of Souls in Turok 2. God, what a BS game? What a BS deck. If it wasn't for Chalice, then it would have been pretty easy peasy. I don't see any Thought Knot Seers, so I think Flame Slash can go. Bonecrusher maybe can go. I didn't see any Walking Ballistas, so maybe Blood Moon could be reduced to 2. And I guess that's what it's going to be. I kind of want Bonecrusher Giant, but Pyrite Spellbomb might be a necessary evil to draw into stuff, although it does get shut off by Karn, which sucks. But, alright. Let's see. Well, I've definitely seen worse. I've seen better, but I've definitely seen worse. We want to play this out because if they play an Expedition map, we want to shenanigans it. Alright, well, unfortunately. Play stupid Welding Jar. Really dumb card. Alright, we'll probably Valakut Awakening next turn, unless we draw Blood Moon. Oh, they're kind of a ways away. Okay, well, we'll still... Jeez, man, so many stupid Welding Jars. Alright, let's... I really hope they don't Chalice me on 2, that would suck. So it's secretly mono blue Tron. Still calling this Prison Tron because I don't think Island is really much of anything that they're doing. Maybe I shouldn't have done this while I still have so many. Oh, that's a good one. So let's wait to activate it. I can't redirect a Ratchet Bomb. Oopsie daisy. Now that is probably an oopsie daisy. No point in trying to kill this while it's got the regeneration shield on it. Oh yeah, right, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, oopsie daisy. Dang it, man. Should have gone after the Mystic Forge. Well, I guess it would have been the same thing. They're gonna get Tormod's Crypt, aren't they? Oh, or not. Oh, that was good. Let's have them redirect it to Spellskite, shall we? Huh, or not. Alright, well, even though we made a horrendous misplay, we still took a victory. That's nice. Man, Pyrite Spellbomb, or maybe we do just want Bonecrusher. Yeah, this is going to get shut down by Chalice. Bonecrusher can be a more aggressive card. It's both a burn spell and a creature. Alrighty. I think we can do better. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, see, I'm getting the hang also of like learning to mulligan a little bit better. I think that can wait. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. It might. Hopefully they don't have turn 3 Tron. We haven't really faced them with turn 3 Tron yet. Okay. It's not turn 3 Tron. Okay, that is to be expected. Oh my god, so it's kind of looking like it is biting us. Yeah, well, maybe we'll get off a light up the stage. Man, the mana flood is real though. I knew I shouldn't have cycled that Valakut Awakening. Well, Shenanigans is a good one. Man, Shenanigans can be really good. I don't play anything on 0, but I guess they want to get the beats. I can't blame them. Let's try to kill this. They'll redirect it to Spellskite, but we'd rather them redirect it to Spellskite than kill Spellskite outright. Basically the idea. Maybe I should have blocked with that too, but I don't know. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Close but no cigar. I think that's GG. Alrighty, well, what a ride. Okay, well, that was a blast from the past. Man, this deck plays different. Alright, deck tech. I mean, sorry, post-league wrap-up. Alright, post-league wrap-up. Well, blast from the past, I can call it blast from the past prowess. Yeah, so what's the takeaway here? Well, I think, look, obviously we went 3-2. Often, I think the Ragavan version has been a pretty consistent 4-1 deck for us for a while. But realistically, I think we punted away one of these. What was it? Amulet? No, Amulet Titan. We just got mind-bogglingly unlucky. Or did we punt? Yeah. I can't remember what the punt was, but I remember we punted against Amulet Titan. Esper Mill, they just, I don't know. That was just a frustrating BS. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, we can beat them, but it's a little bit tougher when we actually. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe the regular version is favored because we can power out a turn 2 moon easier. I mean, but in theory, this version can race it. It's just I don't know, either our hands were slow or their hands were like super fast. They always had like a ton of archive traps, if I remember correctly. Anyway, yeah, but we can beat them. Look, we definitely on a better day can, and I think you're even favored to beat Esper Mill. I think with 8 moon effects, you have to admit we're favored to beat Amulet Titan. Yes, we can't power them out on turn 2. But I mean, we're not as favored as the Ragavan list. But I think with 8 moon effects, and it did seem to be playing Urza Saga to power out more amulets. So I think and I think we're still favored against Amulet Titan. I don't know if they've abandoned Urza Saga or if Punt and Wine's just on something different, but yeah, and in reality, this easily could have been a 5-0, and I think this is one of the most budget decks that I've put together in a while. You know, I mean, like, obviously it's a little softer to, like, Death Shadow, because it doesn't have either Blast Zone or Seasoned Pyromancer, but I mean, look at what, I don't know how much this deck costs, but, you know, I did a little bit of quick calculations with MTG Goldfish or whatever, or at least Googling and just looking at some of the first results that came up. Just, you know, on the title screen. I didn't even have to click into the article. So, like, you know, so obviously if you want to do a price comparison, obviously you'd probably get a better gauge than this than me. But I don't know. This might be over $100 still, because I can't remember how much Blood Moons are. Valakut Awakenings I think are like $5 a pop, which is a little bit surprising. I think they're worth it though. I mean, as you could see, sometimes we just cycled through so much of our deck using this thing, especially under Chalice. We can just throw away so many of our 1-drops that are in our hand. Yeah, plus also we don't have, remember, we don't have Seasoned Pyromancer, so I think Valakut Awakening is necessary. I think Abbot's dirt cheap. I think pretty much everything else. Bonecrusher might be a little bit, I don't know, but, you know, Mages of the Moon might be a little bit, but I still remember that being too expensive, because I bought mine in paper not, you know, too long ago. I mean, the rest is dirt cheap. Jegantha, Relic, Ratchet Bomb, Shenanigans. I'm pretty sure Relic is dirt cheap. I remember for a while it was getting more expensive, but I think it got reprinted. Yeah, anyway, cool stuff here. I obviously think the Ragavan version is better, but I mean, there are definitely advantages to just playing an old Prowess list. I mean, the Goldfish is a frick ton faster. Yeah, I mean, this was exhilarating to play. Obviously, when the brakes get pumped, sometimes frustration sets in. But I mean, man, when you're going like 90 miles an hour with this deck, like zoom, you know, it's like it's a rush. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but nothing about this deck, how it performed, in any way felt to me very budget. Like, this is a budget deck that doesn't feel budget, and it's not even necessarily budget. It's really a different. It's Jegantha Prowess. It's a different version than Obosh Midrange, which doesn't even have Prowess creatures anymore. But like, it's probably not overall as good, but I mean, it does still have its strengths and weaknesses. It's still, I mean, it's better against. It's probably, I mean, obviously the new one has Chalice, so it might be better against Ad Nauseam, because Chalice on 1 and 2. Chalice on 2, I think, just shuts down. They can't win without Oracle. But like, or Chalice on 1, because obviously they can't Oracle without playing Spells of the Vault. Or I guess they could play their namesake card on Nauseam, but yeah, and boy, Lava Dart, talk about the fat kills. This borderline doesn't actually need to play Jegantha. It could play Obosh instead if we swap out Abbot for, like, say, DRC, and then we can have access to Obosh. But I kind of don't want to put Obosh, because, like, I really like Abbot. I think those games showed one of the unsung things about Abbot that I think is underappreciated. Like, Abbot is alone worth losing Obosh for, as long as you're like. So the thing that makes Obosh better, it's not just Obosh itself, but it's that you know, Jegantha conflicts with Hammerbow Garden. Yes, Hammerbow Garden. It conflicts with Seasoned Pyromancer. It conflicts with Pillage. Like, most of those stuff we need in the Obosh deck. You know, but the reality is, if we could play Abbot in the Obosh deck, we probably would, even without any of the Prowess creatures. This card is just the total package. You can even play it on turn 2 for just a turn 2 Prowess creature, if you just really need to bring on the beats. Like, this card is flexible. You can play it on turn 2 for speed. You can play it on turn 3 for card advantage. It's fast. Like, it can deliver beats real quick. Yeah, it's a card advantage engine. It also helps you find lands. As long as you wait till turn 3, you either find a land or you burn a non-land card off the top of your library. So you will, on average, see you know, more of your lands more consistently with Abbot in the mix. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. Just Abbot is the complete package, and I think even though we easily could accommodate Obosh by just swapping out Abbot for DRC, Which it's close because DRC is indisputably a pretty cool card. Well, give me a second. Like, I got a trade request from somebody. But anyway. Alright, I guess until next time. Yeah, I mean, I bet I will probably play this deck again. So, oh yeah, and I like how all the cards performed. I think the shenanigans are pretty good. It is possible to go down to 2 mages and braid, but I mean, when you like being able to recur shenanigans, so yeah, it just gives you a lot of mileage out of this type of card. Just be careful, I think, not to play Abbot until you've got at least 2 mana untapped when you're playing shenanigans. I mean, obviously there are some exceptions, but you know, you want to be extra careful about playing a light up the stage or an Abbot when you can't afford to play shenanigans or if there's no artifacts in play, because with only 2 of these, you do not want to exile these things and lose to them for the rest of the game, because 1 shenanigans gives you a lot of gives you access to a lot of artifact hate. Still, it is possible. It is possible we want to braid, but without pillage, I think we may need a little more. I don't know. This felt good. The only alternative consideration, I think, would be a braid instead of shenanigans, because obviously we don't have access to a braid in the Obosh version, and we can't play pillage. We could actually play Cleansing Wildfire, but then we would lose access to Magus, and that's a no-no. So yeah, this is probably it. All right. Anyway, cool stuff. Hey, if you like this content, hey, let me know in the comments. You know, if you want to see me play more Jegantha Prowess, which is friendlier on the wallet for sure. And you know, also it's just another cool alternative take you can have. Like if you're getting a little burnt out, if you've already bought into Obosh mid range and you're getting a little burnt out, like literally you should be able to cobble together the rest of these cards. They're pretty dirt cheap. Like all the most expensive cards in Obosh Red are, I mean, all the most expensive cards in this deck are also played in Obosh Red. So basically you can easily just pick up some of the extra cards for pennies on the dollar. For this deck, and you can just kind of mix it up. It really plays different. It's way faster. It doesn't have turn 2 moon, but it has a way faster clock. It's way more aggro. It doesn't have as strong of a late game because it doesn't have Hammer of a Garden or Seasoned Pyromancer, but it can still grind because it still has Abbot. It still has Den of the, well, actually the other version, I think my most recent version, I don't think had Den of the Bugbear in the other one, but it's got Den of the Bugbear. So this deck can still grind. Not as good as the Obosh deck, but it can still grind. It's super quick. It's got a lot of pretty good, diverse, tested, good hate. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, yeah. All right, take care, everybody.